Okay. Leo. Hi, Leo. Where are you from? Hi, Leo.
กับนมัสการครับ
Can you speak English?
มาตรการเข้าค่ะหลวงพ่อ
This is English.
Oh
you
yeah,
have
I
to-
know. Yeah, we from Ibiza. So
Yeah, okay, I know. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Okay. It's
Raja?
good to see you. Good to see
Sir?
you. It's good to see you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Me
very
too.
much หลวงพ่อ
Okay.
It's just my birthday a few days ago, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
Somehow my camera is not working. I have to switch
Yeah,
on the camera. Okay. Now, okay. All right. You got anything to say, to ask? I'll just
No, I
wish
just
you
wanna.
birthday.
Thank you very much. I just want to pop in and กราบนมัสการครับ and
I see. Okay. Happy birthday to you.
thank you very much.
May you be happy, well and happy. อ่า
สาธุครับ
สาธุสาธุ
สาธุ
สบายดีนะโอเค
เจ้าค่ะ
โอเคสบายดียิน
ส
ดี
บายดีเจ้าค่ะ
โอเค
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Okay, let me go to Alvin then. Hi, Alvin.
Hi, Ajahn. How are you?
Very good. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. I had trouble getting in. So
Oh, no. Yeah, just saw the invitation. Yeah.
Yes. Did you have any trouble getting in?
No. Yeah, I just waited for a few minutes to get in.
I see. Okay. You're lucky. I tried for many minutes before I finally can get in. Do you have any question?
I might have some questions later. Yeah, let me contemplate first. Let me think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me say hello to Priscilla. Priscilla. Hi, where are you from? Unmute your microphone. Okay. Where are you from? Priscilla. Can you speak? Cannot hear your voice. I have to go to somebody else for now, okay? You will have to come in again, leave and come back and then allow your phone to use, allow the program to use your microphone because your microphone is not working right now. Okay, mother and daughter, Monica, Chen, hi, from Singapore.
Malaysia. Good evening,
From
Lempo. We are
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yes, how are you?
We are good, Bante. Hope you are also well and happy.
Yes, I am. Do you have any question?
Yes. Actually, this afternoon I've asked the question regarding this skeleton. So I was just want to know when we do contemplation, are we doing in the 4 postures or and also are we doing it when we have our eyes closed? Because I'm confused what is meditation and what is contemplation. Because from what I know,
meditation is to calm your mind by concentrating on one object, such as your breath or your mantra. But for your case, if you happen to see a skeleton in your meditation, you can use that as your object of meditation also. So you can do this closing your eyes and just focus on the skeleton as your meditation object instead of using your breath or your mantra. But there's another aspect of this skeleton we call contemplation. This is vipassana, wisdom. This you can do in all postures. when you come out of your meditation, when you look at anybody, think of the skeleton. You want to be able to see the skeleton of everybody. Then you will not have the wrong perception. You will think that it is a person, but in truth it's just a skeleton, a walking skeleton.
Okay. Actually, I didn't really do sitting meditation. It's just that when I lie down, this image just crop up. So we can straight away just go into vipassana. Is it so?
You can keep this image in your mind until you don't forget. Every time you see your body, you see other people's body, you think of the skeleton. So then you would have you would then overcome your delusion, because you tend to look at the body as a person, like your mother, your father, your daughter, your son, but they are really skeleton.
Okay.
And they are anicca, they are impermanent, and they are anatta. There's no self in the skeleton. No father, no mother, no daughter, no son, no you in the skeleton. It's just skeleton. So in this way, you will be able to get rid of your attachment to your body. When you realize it's not you that you think it is, but it is the skeleton. It is the 32 parts. Then you will not feel. Once you can let go of your attachment, then you will not be afraid of anything that will happen to your body, because you know it's just body, it's just skeleton, it's just organs, it's just the 32 parts.
So, Luan Po, does it mean that if that is the case, if I can hold the image, that means I can contemplate in any posture, even whether I'm sitting or I'm walking or doing activity? Is it so?
That's right. That's right. Especially when you see people, you should see the skeleton. Like, can you see your daughter's skeleton right now?
No, not now.
Okay. You have to try to see her skeleton. Every time you see her skeleton. Every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you have to see your skeleton. This is vipassana, contemplation.
So that means
So then-
contemplation is actually during waking hours, not necessarily must be seated or.
That's right.
Okay.
You can do it in all postures, except when you meditate. If you want to have your mind to become calm, then you have to concentrate on one object. You can use the skeleton as your object of meditation also.
Okay. All right. I
But
will
you
try.
don't think about other people's skeletons. When you concentrate, you just concentrate on one skeleton. You don't want to think about your daughter's skeleton, your husband's skeleton, your son's, your friend's skeleton. You just concentrate on just one skeleton that you can see in your mind at that time.
So what happens if, let's say, the skeleton keep on changing forms? How long should I observe it?
Well, it depends on what you want. If you want to have calm, then if it keeps changing, then you should switch to something else, like your breath or your mantra. But if you want vipassana, you want the truth. If it changes, then you have to force it to change according to the truth. That means the whole skeleton will break down into pieces and eventually become dust. This is something you have to contemplate. You have to force the picture. Don't let the picture fool you, because if you keep watching and it keep changing, and then it can go change into something which might not be real. So you want to contemplate, then you can contemplate the changing nature of the skeleton, from being the whole skeleton to be broken pieces of skeleton, a piece of the skull, piece of the bone, piece of the hip. And then if you burn it, it becomes ashes or return to dust.
So
Alright,
that
this is contemplation.
so that means there is actually a method of contemplating on the skeleton, right?
I don't understand what you say.
Are there
What you
many
say.
steps or process in contemplating on the skeleton?
Many steps.
Yes.
You want to see anicca and anatta in the skeleton. Anicca is not lasting. Anatta, no self in the skeleton, no you in the skeleton. You are not the skeleton.
So once
You are
if
the
it goes
mind.
there, I keep on observing. But let's say, how about if it's keep on changing, then I come back to the mantra, is it?
What do you mean by keep on changing? How
If
does it change?
the skeleton changes,
How does it change?
let's say it come back into like a human form, into a human.
Okay.
Uh,
You can do the contemplation, like you look at your body just fully with the whole body, with the skin and everything, and then you can switch it back and forth. See inside and see outside. This is contemplation. This is vipassana. So that you cannot, then you will not be deceived by the beautiful of the skin. When you look at people, you see the skin and you say it's beautiful, good looking. But when you look inside, you see the skeleton. So then you can also get rid of your sexual desire for that person.
so that means I hold the image, and then after that I can also switch other image to contemplate.
It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Okay.
You just want to see both the inside and the outside of the body. And not just the skeleton. You want to go look at the other parts as well. Look at the heart, the lungs, the skin, the bone, the kidney, the liver, the intestine, and the brain, for instance. They are all parts, they are organs. There are no self in those parts. There's no you in those parts.
Okay. All right. I will try
So
to do.
you can change your perception of the body from being you to become just the 32 parts. Okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Lampo.
All right. Okay. Karina, your turn. How are you? From Singapore.
Ajahn, I'm fine. Thank you. Yes, I'm from Singapore. Today, at the moment, I don't have any question. Just a listener.
Okay. Okay, I'll go to the next person then. Yanasami from Lebanon. Hi.
Yes, Bante. Hello, Bante.
Good to
My
see you
question
again.
is, yeah, good to see you. It's been a while. My question is just an extension to what you were talking about regarding Asubha meditation. I always read in the sutta
Yes.
that the Buddha say when we want to practice Asubha meditation to observe the real skeleton. But nowadays it seems that this practice has been lost. Even when I was in Myanmar and Sri Lanka and India, I never saw this somebody teaching like that. So why has this practice been lost? And we are just told to do a very difficult practice, which is look inwards and look at our own skeleton. But that takes too much time.
I guess the human mind doesn't like to see the truth. The defiled mind doesn't want to see the truth. So they don't go look for the skeletons. You have to look for them. Like going to medical school, they usually have skeleton hanging around the laboratory, for instance. Otherwise, you won't be able to see them because the defilement wants to conceal these things. They only want to look at the beautiful parts of the body, not the ugly part.
Is there a place in Thailand where we can find not only skeleton, but like a recently dead body and do the whole practice from recently dead to skeleton?
In Thailand, we go to medical school hospital, where they do autopsy, and they have medical students studying this autopsy. So you can look when they start dissecting the body, the dead corpse, and then you can see all the internal organs of the body.
But you cannot observe like the whole process of decomposition, complete
Not anymore because they no one wants to show you, no one wants to see.
Yeah. It's unfortunately like that everywhere.
Yes, because death is something the defilement doesn't like to look at, or corpses. Defilement wants to look at Playboy pictures, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Yes,
go to the
thank you,
next
man.
person then. Sinat, Kun Sinat, yeah. You have any question? You have to unmute your microphone. Okay, maybe I'll go to somebody else. Next, Philip Lim. How are you, Philip?
Ajahn, I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
That's your son, right? That's your son in the background.
Yes, he's running around. Yeah.
Okay.
He's still not sleeping yet.
What is your question tonight?
Can I just listen first, and I'll come back on questions on meditation.
Okay. Okay. I'll go to the next person then. Rose, how are you? Good morning. You have to speak louder. Cannot hear your voice. Oh, you have to unmute your microphone. Okay. How are you?
Good
Rose?
morning. Good morning, Ajahn. Good morning, Sangha. Today I am just listening.
Okay. All right, then I'll go to the next person. We have Galaxy S9. I think this is a prankster, maybe. S9 Plus. Who? Dylan Alves is from Israel, I think. I'm not sure. Dylan Alves?
Sadhu Bante. I'm good, Bante. How are you?
Can you show your face also?
It's a bit dark, but yeah, next time I'll join with a video.
Okay, you got any question?
Not right now. I'll just listen and I'll raise a question later.
Okay. So we have a lot of listener today and no talker. So Rose, don't you want to say something? Unmute your microphone. You have to unmute your microphone. It's not on. Okay, go ahead.
Ajahn, you could talk to us anything that you consider necessary.
Okay. Normally, I like to answer question more than to say anything, but I'll see if anybody has any question first. Okay. Okay, Alvin.
Ajahn, yeah, talking about just now we are talking about meditation and contemplation. You said that you can do contemplation once we finish on the meditation part. And so basically you can do contemplation anytime you want outside of meditation, right? So in that case, when we talk about vipassana contemplation, is it every single thing that we do from our day-to-day activities, we can actually, if we are mindful, we could actually consider that as vipassana?
Yes, if you look everything as anicca, dukkha, anatta, everything that you touch, everything that you own, you have to remind yourself that they are anicca, they are temporary. They don't belong to you forever. Sooner or later, everything you will have to lose them. This is vipassana. Keep reminding yourself of the truth, because the deluded mind tends to think that everything belongs to you and will be with you all the time, forever. So you have to change this attitude.
Okay, so the fact that we try to be mindful of not keep on thinking, because when all the thoughts come, it's very difficult for us to be mindful. So removing the thoughts from our day-to-day activities, that would be considered as vipassana as well, right?
No, there will be samadhi when you stop thinking.
Right. Okay.
When you think about the truth, then this is vipassana. If you think about anicca, dukkha, anatta, if you think about asubha, then this is the truth. We call it vipassana. But when you stop thinking, then this is meditation or samatha bhavana.
Okay, no, what I mean is, say from the time, like say for example, I'm at work, I think of an issue that come to my mind, which I'm just speculating that this person might say this thing that make me, the speculation will make me feel upset or angry. And the fact that I try my best not to think about the future, removing it from my thoughts, right? Because it's a speculation that make you get angry because this thing might not happen. You're just speculating that this person might say this or this person might do that. Can I consider that as contemplation and saying that or vipassana?
No, this is defilement. No. This is defilement. When you try to think of something that is not real, that is not happening, what you have to think about the thing that is real. And the thing that is real that you're looking at is the 32 parts of the body, which is anicca, dukkha, anatta. No self, no person in that body.
So the action of removing these defilements, what is it? Is it considered as samadhi? The effort of moving this defilement from our thoughts.
They are both. You do first samatha. You stop your delusional thought. Then after you come out, then you reprogram your thought to be vipassana thought rather than delusional. Instead of thinking that is a person, that is a niccang atta, you say this is a niccang anatta.
Right.
You reprogram your mind to look at the truth and not what your delusion tells you. Normally, your delusion will say, this is Philip, this is Alvin, this is a male, this is a female. And you never thought that this person will get old, get sick, or die. But with vipassana, every time you see a person, you say, this is 32 parts of the body, made up by the 4 elements. And it is anicca, it's not permanent. One day it will have to get old, get sick, and die. Now, this is how you should look at people and things. Reprogram your mind. If you see anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you will then not cling to them, not attach to them. And when they have something happen to them, they will not hurt you. It will not hurt you because you know this is what's going to happen. And you prepare your mind for this eventuality, including your own body also. The Buddha said you have to contemplate both bodies, your body and other people's body. They are all one and the same thing. They are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. They are made from the 4 elements, and they are the 32 parts. There is no person in these 32 parts. No Philip, no Alvin, no Suchart, no Rose. The one who contemplates is the one who knows which is the mind. The mind come and possess this body to satisfy its cravings. That's all. That's the purpose of the mind for having this body, so that it can then satisfy its sensual cravings, sensual desire, to see things, to hear things, to smell, to taste, to feel, to touch. Because without these sensual objects, the mind feels lonely, feels sad. But this is the way of getting into suffering, because these sensual objects, they are impermanent. And when you lose them, you become sad again. Like if you lose your friend, your girlfriend, your wife, or somebody you love, when you lose them, then you become sad again. And when you have them, you feel anxious. You don't know when they're gonna die, or you don't know when they're gonna leave you. So this is not a good way to have happiness, because the object of your happiness is unreliable. They can change, they can disappear anytime. So the Buddha says it's better to change your way of having happiness. Instead of having happiness from people and things, you should have happiness from your meditation instead. Because the happiness from meditation is more reliable. You can always have it. It's in yourself. You can take it with you wherever you go, see. But sometimes you cannot take your girlfriend or your wife with you. When you go to work, you have to leave your wife at home, for instance. Understand?
Yes, sadhu.
The purpose of contemplation is to teach your mind that the way you get happiness is not the right way, because it's the way that will cause you to have dukkha eventually, sooner or later. So when you see this, if you don't want to have dukkha, then you just have to learn to live alone. Not have anything external, not even TV, not anything to make you happy. And rely only on meditation to make you happy. If you can do this, then you can become a monk like me. I use meditation, I use Dhamma, use Vipassana to stop my desire. Once I have no desire, then I'm happy without having to have anything to make me happy. Okay. Rod, do you want to say anything, or you still want to listen?
Can I ask one more?
Go ahead.
Usually I some days I'll do meditation in the morning, and the thoughts that come to my mind, I just observe and let go. But today I try to actually stop any thoughts from arising. So when I do that, I feel a bit of pressure in the middle of my scalp, in between my here. It's right here.
Yeah.
So
you should not force your thought to stop, because then there will be this reaction. What you should do is you should sidetrack your thoughts by reciting a mantra instead. Instead of following your thought, you keep following your mantra. Recite the mantra and leave the thoughts alone. And when you are more concentrated on your mantra, then eventually your thought will disappear.
Okay.
But if you want to force your thought to stop, then it's like fighting against each other. Then this can cause some stress, and it might result in some pain on your body. So this is not the way. The way is to use the mantra or to focus your attention on something else, like your breath, and ignore the thought, and then eventually it will disappear by itself. Or if you're not sitting in meditation, you can concentrate on your work. If you're eating, just concentrate on your eating and don't think about this and that. If you want to think, just ignore it. Just keep concentrating on your eating.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, sadhu.
Okay. Philip, you ready for any question yet?
Yes, Tanajan. This is regarding the, I think last week when one of the devotees asked you about the practice of the first jhana, right? I mean, I've been reading through the text, the three tipika, and they said in order to achieve the first jhana is the abandonment of the 5 hindrances. Okay, my question is that the abandonment of the 5 hindrances, does it continue after you finish the meditation, or is it only particular when it talks at the meditation practice?
When you can sit and meditate, you have already abandoned your 5 hindrances.
Okay.
It's only when you're not meditating, that's when you haven't abandoned your hindrances.
Okay.
You're occupied by something like your work, or watching TV, or eating, or something. Then you're not abandoning your hindrances. But if you can sit and meditate, it means you have already abandoned your hindrances.
Okay, I see. And the next question is, I think I've asked you before when I visited you in Thailand. This is particularly after meditation practice a long period of time over years, right? You tend when you're in your normal life, right? You tend to see your thoughts starting to appear, good thoughts, bad thoughts, things which are skillful, unskillful. The only problem is that the slower thoughts, which are unskillful thoughts, which are appearing, is easy to catch, but the things like anger, which is sometimes very fast, is harder to catch. How do you practice in order to catch those fast thoughts?
Oh, you have to take over your thought. Don't let it think by itself.
Right.
You have to direct it to think like the 32 parts.
Right.
Just keep reciting the 32 parts. Keep thinking about death, thinking about aging, thinking about sickness. You should take over the thought. Don't let it think. If you let your own thought think, then it will think with delusion, not with wisdom. So you have to direct your thought to think about anicca. Everything you see is anicca. Everything you hear is anicca. Everything you feel or touch is anicca. They are anatta, no self. They are like a natural phenomena, like the wind, the rain. This is what you have to force your mind to think. If you let your mind to think by itself, then it can think about good and bad, but mostly about bad, unwholesome thoughts. Because your thoughts are driven by avijja. So you want to take over, let the Dhamma take over. Let the Dhamma be the driver of your thoughts, not avijja. Avijja paccaya sankhara. You have to switch it to Dhamma paccaya sankhara, or vipassana paccaya sankhara. But it's not easy for lay people to do, because they have to think about making a living. They have to think about solving problems with their family, solving problems with their work, and so forth. So they will never have a chance to have the Dhamma directing their thoughts. it will always be the Avijja or how to solve your problem. See?
The the sankharas are the ones which if you look at it, it's actually quite very dangerous. I mean, which forms a lot of form a lot of negative things, you know. And what I'm trying to say is that the slower ones are easier to catch. The slower ones are easier to catch. You know, the slower thoughts are easier to catch. The
It's
faster
better not try to catch them. You'll get tired after catching them.
I mean, not catching. I mean, not letting them form. You know, I mean,
Yeah, just stop them with mantra or concentration on what you do, and ignore them. If you go chasing after them, you chase after one, and then another one will come up. And it will be endless, and eventually you'll get tired. See, so it's not catching them, going after them.
yes,
It is sidetracking them. It's ignoring them. And directing them to sing in the way of Dhamma, in the way of the truth. You have to take control of your thoughts. Don't follow your thought. Don't catch after your thought, because you go around in a circle. You catch this one, then another one will come up. You catch lopa, then there will be dosa come up. Then there will be moha come up. You know, it keeps coming out like this. So you don't go catching this thought, you know, or stopping them. If you want to stop, then you have to meditate. This is the only way to stop them. You sit down and concentrate on your breath or on your mantra. This is the way to stop them. But when you are moving around doing things, then you need vipassana. Or if you don't have vipassana, you use mindfulness to concentrate on what you do, and then don't let your thoughts sidetrack you from watching what you do.
Yes. Right.
All right.
Very good.
Hi, how are you? Adeline, right? Angeline?
Yeah. Good evening.
Hi, Ajahn.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. What's your name? What's your name?
Dhamma today. What's your name?
Brandon.
Aston?
Brandon.
Okay. All right. Good to see you. Be good boy, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, let me go to Gek Yen So. How are you? From Singapore? Penang.
Hi, Ajahn. This is Gayen from Penang. Yeah.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you, Ajahn. Yeah.
You got any question?
Ajahn, for those that having meditator, they're having backbone problems. Maybe they can't doing the lotus or half lotus, cross leg. Can we just sit on the chair, just like normal sitting? Is it okay?
Yes, if you cannot sit cross-legged, then you just have to sit on a chair. What else can you do? But it would not be as good as sitting cross-legged if you want to sit for a long time. Because sitting cross-legged is more comfortable than sitting on a chair. But if you cannot sit cross-legged, then you just have to sit on a chair or sit on your bed once. It's okay.
Okay. So if they say our leg, our hand is very numb or very pain, is it okay to have slight movement?
You should not. Do not move at all. It's just it doesn't hurt the body or you. Just leave it alone. Yeah. After you come out of meditation, and everything will come back normal. Sometimes your hand seems to be locked in together when you meditate. But it's just the feeling that you feel, that's all. But there's nothing really wrong with your hands or your body. So you don't have to worry about it. Just keep concentrating on your meditation object.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, okay, Rachel Lim. Okay, how are you, Rachel?
Good evening, Ajahn.
Good to see
From
you
Singapore.
again. Yes.
Okay. You got
Yeah.
anything to say?
Thank you for your advice for last week about keeping the mind busy when meditation for a long time. So I've tried to meditate more than 1 hour. So the most I can sit without changing posture is about 2.5 hours. After which I think the sensation of the pain is too much and the thinking process will start, and then the mind is restless again. So then I will change to contemplation of the body and the pain. Yes. So some Ajahn will say that don't sit too long, should do walking meditation. What is Ajahn's advice?
Sitting long is good because it means you can control your mind. See? If you cannot sit long, it means you cannot control your mind. The mind is controlling you. The mind becomes your master. It keeps telling you to do this and do that. It's not really your mind, it's your craving, your desire that keeps telling you, get up. After you get up for a while, sit down again. So if you follow your craving, then you will never be able to control them, get rid of them. See? So you have to resist them. When you sit and your craving wants you to get up, and you say, no, I want to sit. I'll get up only when you stop insisting that I get up. Then I know that I'm not under your control anymore.
I think the most I can do is 3 hours sitting. Yeah.
But you should not pay attention to the time though. You should pay attention to the quality of your sitting.
Okay.
When you sit, you want to make your mind calm. And when your mind is restless, you can use a mantra or contemplation if you know how to calm the mind again. But the whole purpose is to maintain calm at all times, if possible. It's not the length of time that you want to measure your sitting. It is the quality of your sitting, whether your mind is calm or not.
I think for myself, my mind is calm for the first 2 hours. It's just that when I try to sit more than that, then the mind will become restless again. So is it better to just sit for 2 hours instead if the purpose is just to maintain a calm mind?
If you can continue on sitting and make it calm again, then that's better. After 2 hours, your mind becomes restless, then you start again. Start reciting the mantra again. And see if you can calm it down again. If you can calm it down, it means you have overcome your craving, your desire to get up. So the whole purpose of practice is to overcome or to vanquish your desire, your craving. Don't let your desire be the master. You should be the master over your desire. You should be the one to think whether you should get up or not get up, whether you should do or not do. Don't let your desire or your craving dictate your action.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn. I have another question about faith. Yeah, so some of my friends were saying that about they have some query about deathless, about Nibbana. So they were saying that there's no evidence that even the Arahant is out of the samsara. What we are basing on is just faith and belief that once they attain this stage, they are out of samsara, but there isn't any proof to show that they are really out of samsara. So what is Ajahn's advice on that?
Well, the Buddha attained enlightenment, attained to Nibbana when he was still alive. And this is a living proof that he has achieved Nibbana. And he's telling you that. But for you to actually see it, you cannot, because the mind is not like the body. The body has shape and form. The body has no shape and form. The only way to prove it, you have to do it yourself. You have to prove it to yourself. The Buddha and the Arahant can only tell you that this is the truth. But in order to see it, you have to be the one to perceive it yourself. by practice meditation, by practicing samatha and vipassana bhavana. But you have living Arahant, you have living Buddha, testify to the fact that Nibbana is a deathless. Because they have got there already. They are there and they can communicate with you from there.
Maybe
But
as a lay person, we couldn't differentiate the attainment they have achieved. From what we see, they still have a body and a mind. So as a lay person, we can't tell whether they have attained to such a state or not.
Well, this is what sattha or faith comes in. You have to have faith in the Buddha and the noble disciple. Faith in that they are not telling lies to you. Because they have nothing to gain from you by telling this truth. So you can believe them 100%. But merely believing in them doesn't mean you will see Nibbana. It's just believing in the way, in the teaching. They teach you the way to see Nibbana. If you want to see Nibbana, then you have to follow the teaching. They tell you to practice dana, sila, and bhavana. If you practice this, then you eventually will come to see Nibbana for yourself. This is what faith means, faith in the teaching, so that you can then practice the teaching. And once you have practiced the teaching, then you will come to see Nibbana for yourself. Like all the noble disciples, before they were just like us, they were unenlightened person like us. But after they heard the teaching of the Buddha, they have faith in his teaching. So they follow the teaching, practicing the teaching. And then eventually they become enlightened themselves. Then they see Nibbana themselves. So this is what faith means. Faith doesn't mean just to believe and then things will happen in your mind. No. Faith is a belief to apply the teaching, to enable you to see the truth. If you have faith, but if you don't follow the practice, follow the teaching, you will not be able to see the truth. Faith alone is not enough. Faith is only for you to believe in the teaching and then follow the teaching. Once you have practiced the teaching, then you'll be able to see the truth.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Let me go to the next person, okay? Eddie, Edo, A-D-I-O, Luciento. Can you hear me? You have to unmute your microphone. Your microphone is red. Okay. Where are you from?
Ajahn, I am from Indonesia.
Okay. How are you?
I am fine, Ajahn. How are you too?
Good to see you. You have any question?
Yes, Ajahn. Good to see you. Previously, Ajahn said that although Buddha already died, but Buddha's mind is still alive. So I have a question, Ajahn, because my knowledge is not so good. So we know that the Panchakanda is anicca, dukkha, dan anatta. So can Ajahn explain to me what is the meaning that Buddha mind is still alive?
Okay. See, the mind is the knowing element. Okay. This knowing element contains the four nama khandas, contain Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Why the body is made up from the four elements of water, earth, water, wind, and fire. So, and the body is impermanent. Eventually, the four elements will separate from the body. But the nama khandas go with the mind, go with the knowing element. The nama khanda, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, they are impermanent in the sense that they keep changing. They rise and cease. You have good feeling, then you have bad feeling, then you have neutral feeling. This is what anicca. Anatta means there is no self in this feeling. It's just a natural process. So same thing with sanya, sankhara, and vijnana. They are anicca, anatta. If you attach to them, if you want only good feeling, then you can have dukkha, because you cannot always have good feeling, because Vedana keep changing from good feeling to bad feeling to neutral feeling. See? So you have to don't cling to them. You just have to accept them when they keep changing. Accept good feeling, accept bad feeling, accept neutral feeling, without trying to manage or try to change them. Because when you try to change them and you cannot, then you have dukkha in your mind. Okay?
Okay. So Ajahn, sorry. So is it mean that Buddha mind still alive because the anicca, dukkha, anatta don't happen to Buddha minds? So it will become permanent Buddha minds, or can Ajahn advise?
No, your mind and the Buddha mind is permanent. See? Your mind, our mind also is like the Buddha's mind. The only difference is our mind have defilement, have delusion, which causes us to go take birth and then have suffering from taking birth. With the Buddha mind, he has no delusion, no defilement. So he doesn't go take birth. That's all. That's the difference between your mind and the Buddha's mind.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ajahn. I understand. So
Okay.
the last one, sorry, Ajahn. So the mind and the four kanda, Vedana, Sanya, Sankara is different, or is the four kanda is part of the mind?
Part of the knowing element, the knower, the one who knows.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay.
I understand.
Next,
Thank you so much.
I go to Aini Lam. Hi. Please unmute your microphone first. Unmute your microphone.
Excuse me.
Aini
May
Lam,
I ask?
you have to turn on your microphone.
Yes, may I ask a follow-up question on the previous one, Bhante?
No, I'm talking to Aini Lam now. Okay, please wait. You have to unmute your microphone, Aini Lam. The red thing on your screen, the red icon on the left bottom. You have to unmute your microphone.
There is the unmute button over there in the middle of the
Can you unmute for her, admin?
Yeah. I try to unmute for her. Put the button in the middle of the monitor. I ask you to unmute. You see that button?
She doesn't know how to unmute.
She doesn't know to unmute.
Okay, sorry, I have to go to somebody else because we cannot hear you. You don't know how to turn on your microphone. See?
ไม่เห็น
Cannot see the microphone, huh? The icon, the red icon on the bottom of your screen. Okay, let's go to T.O. then. Hi, T.O.
Hi, Ajahn.
How are you?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Hang on, she can talk now. Let me talk to her. Hi, Neelam, go ahead. We can hear you.
Sorry. Yeah. My
Where are you
sister
from?
helped me to unmute.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Malaysia.
Okay. You have any question?
Actually, I have some questions. Okay. I experience like non-self. Then it's like entering the empty room, but I still crave for that experience.
Yes, because it's good, see. So it's not a bad thing to do, because this experience you can reproduce again when you meditate. So if you want to have that experience again, then you start meditating again. And eventually you'll get to that state again.
Okay. It will come
It's okay.
naturally. I had that many years ago, but not now.
Okay, so you have to learn to meditate. You have to stop thinking. You have to concentrate on one object, such as your breath, when you meditate. If you cannot concentrate on your breath, you can recite a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. And when you do this, don't expect it to happen right away. Okay, don't anticipate. Don't wish for it to happen. Just keep concentrating on your meditation object. Then maybe sometime later on it will then appear. Maybe not this time. Maybe you have to do many times, because you need to have continuous concentration in order for your mind to become empty. So you have to be patient.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Don't think about the past experience, because it's already gone. You should be in the present. You should be concentrating on your breath or reciting the mantra only. Then this experience will happen again. Okay?
Sadhu, sadhu.
All right. Let me go to Theo. Hi, Theo.
Hi, Ajahn. Basically, this morning I 4:30 I wake up to talk to Ajahn already, my question, and also just now 2 o'clock also I put some of my question to Ajahn. So I just basically nothing from me, but just wonder for meditation, right? Normally the longest I can go is about 1 hour 40 minutes, but just now when I heard Richard say that 3 hours, how can Ajahn advise to do such a long time, which I wish to, but I can't?
You just have to resist your desire to get up. See? When you have the desire to get up, you restart your meditation again. Recite a mantra or do some chanting again. You have to be persistent, see, in your practice. Then you can continue on sitting. So when you feel like I want to get up, then you say, I should start reciting the mantra. If you cannot recite the mantra, maybe you can do some chanting or do some anything to concentrate your mind, to stop your desire to get up. Once your desire to get up disappears, then you can sit comfortably for another hour or two.
It means that we have to overcome the period that we want to get up. Once we overcome it, you can continue for long hours.
That's right. I don't know how long, maybe half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, then maybe your new desire will come up again. And you keep fighting against your desire. Then eventually you can be the master over your desire. Yeah. Then you will not be under the subjugation of the desire.
Can we do some walking meditation instead of sitting?
Well, if you get up, you already give up. You already give up to your desire, because your desire want to get up. Then after you walk for a while, then your desire will want to sit again. So you're still under the direction of your desire. The purpose is to overcome this, not to let your desire be your boss. You should be your boss. You should be the boss of your desire. So when the desire tell you to get up and say, no, I want to sit. Or when you walk and when your desire want to sit and you say, no, I still want to walk. Keep resisting your desire. and eventually your desire will not be able to dictate your life. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Hi, Sally. Where are you from? Unmute your microphone, please. Okay.
Ajahn, I'm from Malaysia.
See, how are you?
Fine.
You got any question?
Basically, just regarding this metta.
Okay.
So when we practice metta, so doing the meditations, so I feel that my mind is become very peaceful, very peaceful. But doing normal working hours, so I unable to maintain my mind become peaceful, and so just want to know how to use this metta or these meditations, okay, so we can focus the whole days, so that we want to remain our mind or our heart become peaceful, something like that.
See, metta is only good to use when you're angry at somebody. Then you use metta to stop your anger, your hatred. But in your normal daily activity, you should use a mantra instead, like Bhutto, Bhutto. Or use your body, keep watching what your body is doing all the time. Then your mind can become calm and empty and light and easy. You cannot use metta because metta you have to imagine, right? You have to you can chant the verse if you like. Instead of Bhutto, you can say Sabbe Satta Avera Hontu, Sabbe Satta Abhaya Pacha Hontu, Sabbe Satta Anika Hontu, Sabbe Satta Sukhi Atanam Pariharantu. You can chant this in your mind. This will make your mind empty and light and easy also.
Okay.
Is this how you do your metta bhavana? Do you
Yes.
chant these verses, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then when you're not meditating, see if you can chant these verses again. If you cannot, maybe you can use something shorter, simpler, like Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay.
Or maybe just the word metta, metta, metta instead. If you like metta, just recite metta, 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 karuna, mudita, ubeka. As you can chant these things to calm your mind, to stop you from thinking.
Okay. I will try. I will try.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
See how it works. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Sweet. Good morning, Sweet Tan.
Good morning, Ajahn.
You're alone today. What happened to Sweet Tan?
I think he overslept.
He overslept. Okay.
Yeah.
What time is it over there? 6 o'clock? 7 o'clock?
7, but I think he was very busy yesterday, so he is tired. I didn't want to disturb him.
I see. Okay. You have anything to contribute today?
I'm going to give the opportunity to other. There's a lot of people today. I'm going to give the opportunity to others.
So go to Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine. You got anything to say? Unmute. Okay.
Hello, Ajahn.
From Singapore.
Yes, I'm from Singapore. Okay, so I wanted to ask, so if the mind knows that the body is not self, but yet when the body is very tired, anger easily arises. So so does that mean that the mind is still thinking that the body is the self?
That's because you still rely on the feeling of the body. See? You have no ubekha. If you have ubekha, then whatever feeling the body has, it will not affect the mind.
So meaning it's still based on painful feeling of the body that the mind cannot accept.
That's right. The mind still have defilement. See, the mind only wants the good feeling from the body. So when the bad feeling from the body arises, the mind get irritated and get angry.
And so how do I overcome this?
You can use mantra to stop it, to calm your mind.
So when I feel pain in the body and I see anger arising, I will just use the mantra to calm it down, is it?
Right, calm your mind down, calm your anger down. Or use vipassana. If you use vipassana, you have to look at the painful feeling like the weather. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's hot. You cannot control the weather. You have to accept the weather for what it is. So you have to accept the feeling for what it is.
Okay. So if it is unpleasant feeling, but the unpleasant feeling is linked to anger quite fast, the upadana, the clinging is very strong.
Because your mind reacting. See, if you don't react, then there's no anger. You have to stop your mind from reacting.
Okay.
You might have craving. Your mind don't want bad feeling. So when the bad feeling arises, you might get angry right away. So you have to stop the mind from reacting to bad feelings by teaching it to accept the bad feeling, just like it accepts the good feeling.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Because feelings are like weather. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold.
Conceptually, I know, but realistically, it's very difficult to practice.
Because you don't have mindfulness to catch up with the mind, the defilements. That's why you have to develop a lot of mindfulness. And when the defilements start to react, you can stop it right away.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Let me see somebody else. Chu Visakha. Chu Visakha, are you listening? Okay, no response.
Nayasami.
Okay, Yannasangwararam.
Yes, Bhante, you were talking about the happiness that we get from meditation. I just want to ask for us, lay people, or let's say lay yogi living in some meditation center, are we expected to give up everything, all the other kind of happiness that our mind practically needs? Because nowadays we know that we need some kind of happiness to maintain like the stability of our mind. Otherwise, we might go crazy or something. So how are we should we let go of our attachments that bring us happiness in one go, or slowly, as and when our meditation practice is growing and giving us more happiness? Or should we base our renunciation on faith? Like, I believe in the Buddha, the Dhamma, the practice. And so I just let go of everything and go to the monastery or somewhere and just meditate, even though my meditation is not yet mature or it's not bringing any seen results.
You can use any way. It's up to you. So you have to try it out, which way is good for you. Some people can just take the plunge. Some people have to slowly do it. So it differs from person to person.
Well, what's the better way? I don't know. I mean, because it's I have some hesitation because sometimes I try to take that plunge and then I ended up kind of depressed. My practice was not giving me some kind of happiness. At the same time, I gave up on everything that used to give me happiness. So and then it was difficult to practice. How to avoid that kind of jam, you know?
I think you just have to take turn doing the two kinds of happiness. One day use the physical happiness, the next day takes the mental happiness.
So
Like
yeah, so mix it up
today,
up until I'm more confident with my practice.
right. Today you can watch TV, eat all you want. Tomorrow you take the 8 precepts. Switch back and forth.
Yeah, until I'm more mature.
Right. When you get the good result of meditation, then you might be able to take the plunge later on.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Try
Yeah.
to alternate your life from physical to mental happiness.
Okay.
Okay. Rose, you've been listening for a while now. You want to say anything? No, not yet. Okay. Admin, you see anybody who wants to talk? Please.
Ajahn,
Yes.
Karina here.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to ask. I had during my meditation, suddenly I feel the pain at my the knee, which is I ever injured before, and when I look at it, it disappears. But over time during the meditation, it come back again. The feeling, it getting stronger and stronger, and until it reached my waist, I still look at it, but I can feel the body started to feel very hot, and I see some fire is coming up, and I still endure until it reached the chest. I can see that my whole hair is standing. So, and it started to tell me it's hot, it's very hot. You got to wake up, you got to stand up, you got to stand up. And I keep resisted that not to stand up, but it seems like it's all of a sudden the whole fire, the fire will just shoot up to the head. So I have no choice, I got to stand up. So for this experience, how do I overcome it again?
Same thing, use the mantra. Just keep reciting the mantra and ignore the experience.
But the feeling is too strong. It's very strong until it's really, no, I couldn't take it. I really couldn't take it. It's like bloated.
If you can recite the mantra, then your mind will not be disturbed by the feelings.
So can I say that when it maybe reach the chest, maybe the waist, I should started to recite the mantra?
You should recite the mantra even before that. Because the mantra will calm your mind and stop reacting to your feelings. If you wait for it to become intense, you might not be able to recite the mantra anymore.
Oh, okay. Understand.
So when you meditate, you should always have the mantra. Don't give up the mantra or watching your breath. Either way, you have to have something to have your mind to hold on to. If not, then it will be swept by the experience, by the feeling.
Okay. So can I say that maybe when I feel the body turning hot, maybe I should start to recite mantra to calm it down?
What did you do before that? When you meditate, you have to use mantra when you start already.
Usually yes, mantra, or maybe I always know to say in out, then watch on the breath. It just stay there. Yeah, but somehow if let's say it out of the breath, then I will just knowing that it will come back automatically. So I think I can sit for 1.5 hours, or maybe somehow 2 hours just to see the breath. Somehow I feel that it's quite bored. So I don't see any phenomenal, I don't see anything. So it's like, well, I don't know what's that, but I just have to keep seeing the breath until the maybe no body, or it just like no breath at all. Yeah, I can only reach until that stage only. But I don't see anything except the experience of the pain. Yeah, like just now the case only.
Maybe
something wrong.
Your mindfulness is not strong enough. Your mindfulness might be off and on, so it doesn't be able to lead your mind into emptiness and calm. So you have
Yeah.
to focus more on your breath. Every breath in and out. Don't leave the breath if you use the breath.
Okay, because somehow it may be sudden, like I can feel that you want to zoom, then it come back again, and then zoom, then come back again, because that is the current situation.
Then you're not watching your breath. You have to watch your breath. You're watching the experience. You're watching the feeling instead of watching your breath. So you should come back to your breath. Don't watch your feeling.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Next, anybody?
Okay, next, dealing.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Bhante. I was just trying to understand what you said about the mind that is permanent. So, like when we look at ourselves, like we see everything keeps changing, like our thoughts are changing. And when we look at our childhood, it's not the same person, right? So, what do you mean by it's permanent? Like which aspect of it is
The
permanent?
knowing element. The knowing is always knowing whether you're a child or whether you're grown up or whether you're old person or whether you die. The knowing is still always there. See? What changes are the states of mind.
You mean the knowledge or the memory or
everything changes? The knowledge, the memory, your
yes,
thought.
that's all.
They change, but the knowing never changes. See? The knowing, you always know. The knowing always know. You have to have the knowing in order to know the changes of everything else. See? So
Is that the vijnana?
When it has no body, we call this knowing element vijnana. There are two vijnanas. See? The vijnana in the nama khanda. This is the knowing of the sense objects, such as what you see, what you hear. See? But this is impermanent. This is changing also. It changes. It rises and ceases with the object of the sensual object. When your eye see an object, then when that object disappears, then that vijnana also disappears. But the knowing, the mind itself, see, when the body dies, the knowing still exists with the four nama khandas, and we call this vijnana in Thai also, or spirit, or ghost, or soul in English. Okay.
Okay, well, so that's what do you mean by it's that is the moving element from one bhava to another bhava? Is that what?
Yes, from one body to the next body. When this body dies, then the knowing element will then go away and take up the next body. And while waiting, the knowing element can be in heaven or in hell. If it's happy, we call it heaven. If it's not happy, we call it hell. It's just a state of mind in the state of the knowing element due to the good and bad karma.
But in when we born again, it's a different person, right?
Same person, but you forget your old body. You take up the new. You take up the new identity. Let's put it that way. You're the same person. You just switch your identity. Last life you might have been a Chinese man. Then this life you take up a body of an American. Then you become an American man. But you're still the same person. Your like and dislike is still the same. If you were left-handed, you will still be left-handed. If you like green color, you will still like green color in your new life. You only change the body and the identity of the body. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Bante.
All right. Okay. Next, who wants to ask
Ajahn,
anything?
Distiller here. Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
I work with children, yeah, especially children who are abused and traumatized. So, how would meditation, at least, the simple one, will be able to help children to calm down? I listen throughout the talk, the kind of meditation many of y'all shared are really on the high end, yeah. So when we talk about children, so how do we guide them for a start?
Teach them how to chant, to get their mind
Teach them
off
how
from
to
the,
chant.
yeah. Do
Okay.
some chanting. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi.
Because some of the
Namo
children, yeah, Ajahn, some of the children that I work with, it's like some of them are Muslim, yeah. A lot of them are Muslim children.
Let them do the Muslim chant then. Muslim also have their own chant. Teach them
Okay.
to chant.
Mhm.
To get their mind off from their problem, their trouble.
Mhm. And then the most basic manner to start them off would be
Just teach them to do some chanting to get the mind away from the problem.
I see.
And teach them to be kind, to be generous, to have dana. Don't be selfish, because selfish will cause them more suffering.
Okay.
If they're nice, kind, generous, they can be happy. So teach them dana and sila, dana and sila,
Yeah.
and chanting.
Because many of these are already in crime. They are already in a lockup place. So
It might be too late then. It might be too late.
Too late as well?
Too late to help them, to change them maybe.
Okay.
But you can try. It might work with some, it might not work with some other.
Yeah,
You
I've
never know.
been working for 4 over years, working with children in crime in lockup, yeah. So I'm only looking from meditation point of view, right? Yeah, because as far as the prayers are concerned, I do that depending on what race they are from, whether they are Malays or Chinese or Indians, yeah. But it's looking from the meditation point of view, whether these children who are being abused, who are being traumatized, who are being put in lockup, and how would they be able to bring themselves down? Yeah, if you ask them to sit in the calm state, because I myself is a Buddhist, and that's why I'm able to understand, right? When you sit long, no matter how uncomfortable you are, you need to break through, you need to control and not stand up and walk. But with young people, for a start, how strong is their mind? Yeah, that is what I just want to know. Will it lead them on to...
If they're not strong enough to meditate, then you should just teach them mindfulness instead.
Okay, mindfulness.
Tell them to be mindful with every step, with whatever they do. Be careful, be mindful, keep watching their activity. This is a start before they can meditate. Without mindfulness, they won't be able to sit for long. After a few minutes, they want to get up already.
Okay.
So you have to teach mindfulness first.
Mindfulness, okay.
Yeah. Mindfulness of the body, okay?
Yep, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
All right. Next.
Rose, you have anything to say? Okay. Who want to say, just raise your hand.
We're about 1 hour and 23 minutes into the meeting. Maybe we run out of questions. So I'll give another 5 minutes if anybody has any question. If we have more questions, we can continue on. But if there's no question, I'll wait for maybe 5 minutes for you to decide. Okay. Sweet hand. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ajahn. After talking to you last night, I went back to Satipatthana Sutta. Just one question, right? In one section, Buddha is saying like once we cultivate like mindfulness, and then we go down to a further step, like we breathe in, we understand that we breathe in long. When we breathe in short, we understand that this is, it comes natural, right? Not
Yes,
that
you don't force it. See, when you first started, your breath might be short, might be coarse, but as your mind become calmer, then your breath could be longer and more subtle. Just be aware of the breath, whatever kind of breath you have. It's not you to decide to make the breath to be long or short.
Yes, yeah.
It's like watching an animal and you say, this animal is walking, this animal is sitting, this animal is running. You don't tell the animal to sit or walk or run. You just keep watching and be aware of what that animal is doing at that time. Just like the breath. You just keep watching the breath and be aware of what type of breath you have at that time. That's all it means.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's just my question. Yeah.
It's so simple, but people make it so difficult. I don't know why.
We think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think too much. You're supposed to be watched to just know. The whole purpose of meditation, the purpose of Buddhism is to just merely know and leave everything alone. Be a watcher rather than be an actor. But we don't like to be watcher. We like to be actors. We want to ride a horse. We want to control the animals. We want to possess the animal. You want to do this and want to do that. Then you run into trouble when you cannot do it, right? Then you have dukkha, disappointment, sadness, because you could not do what you wanted to do. But if you can just only be a watcher, an observer, then you can always be an observer and you will never be disappointed or sad. You can always observe all the time. So this is the secret in life, of life. Rather than being an actor, try to be an audience, someone watching the activity, watching the world. And don't try to manage or try to control them. Just watch them like you watch the movie. Okay, who am I seeing on my screen?
Chill.
Okay, Sweetan, you have anything more to say?
No, thank you, Ajahn. Clear.
Is this good enough? Okay.
Yes.
The goal is to be an audience, not to be an actor on the stage. Stay down below. Don't get onto the stage. Just be an audience. Just watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our mind is so used to analyze things. It's like
I love all your
analyzing is good, but you have to analyze the right thing. You should just analyze the 3 characteristics. Whatever you see, you analyze them as anicca, dukkha, anatta, not as a human being, as being good or bad for you. This don't do it. Yeah. These are all delusional, and then it will create craving and desire for this thing. When you analyze, oh, if I invest in this business, I will become richer. Okay. Don't analyze like this. You say, oh, everything will end. When I die, I cannot take anything with me. You should analyze like this.
yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. But the delusion will not let you analyze like this. The delusion will let you analyze, how am I going to be richer? How am I going to be famous? How am I going to have more happiness? How am I going to be praised? How am I going to get all the reward? Like the Nobel Prize or whatever. This is the delusional analysis of things. You should use the Dhamma analysis of things by saying, sooner or later I'm gonna die. So what's the point of accumulating anything? Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You keep forgetting the three characteristics of existence. Even after talking all this time, you still forget. When you go to work, you start thinking about your balance sheet, your income, your gain and your loss. You forget about death. When you die, you're not going to take anything with you. Your death, you don't take it with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, chill Visakha.
I think she just keep listening. She's not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
And then I've been trying to get on the Zoom. I've been watching you all the time, but this is the first time I succeeded.
Good. Good to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Yes. You have any questions?
No, I didn't get ready any question. I just try again and again on Zoom. It's the first time I succeeded.
Good. Okay. Congratulations. I hope you
Thank
will
you
be
very
able to,
much.
I hope
I've
you
been
will
following you.
Okay, good. I hope you will be able to use Zoom every time we have a meeting.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any more questions, admin?
No. Is there any question?
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe in that case, I think it's about time for us to say goodbye, because it's about 1 hour and 30 minutes into the meeting. So thank you all for coming in, joining this meeting. I hope you gain something from this meeting and help you to advance in your practice. You have to practice, and then the result will come after you have practice. So in the meantime, stay well, stay safe, be happy, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn.